There is a vibrational reason why this video found its way to you. The field recognized your frequency. Thoth is moving toward you. And when this energy approaches, nothing stays the same. It does not choose at random. It finds those who are ready, those who have been quietly prepared, those who, even in the midst of chaos, kept the spark of something greater alive. Have you ever felt like you were on the verge of something important, but couldn't quite tell what it was? As if a revelation was about to happen, but all you needed was a sign to confirm it. This is the sign. This is the moment. The universe does not speak with words. It responds to vibration. And there is a vibration within you that has been detected. Something in your energy aligned with a calling that few are able to hear. You did not click on this video by chance. You were brought here. Thoth, the archetype of divine wisdom, moves across ages to deliver a message to the chosen ones. When he approaches, time slows down. The mind becomes quiet, and a new layer of reality is revealed. If you feel like you're being watched by the invisible, you're not wrong. You have activated something that was dormant, and now everything is about to change. But before you understand what is coming, you need to understand why. Why has this energy reached you? What does it want to activate? And what happens to those who listen? At certain moments in history, some forms of consciousness manifest not to explain the world, but to reprogram it. Thoth is one of those consciousnesses. He does not belong solely to the Egyptian past, nor to the Hermetic tradition. He is a living principle, an intelligence that acts when the field detects readiness. What few understand is that Thoth does not speak. He transmits. His presence reveals itself through repeating patterns, emerging symbols, and information that appears at the exact right moment. And whenever this happens, one thing is certain: a cycle is coming to an end, and another is ready to begin. This energy does not arrive just to inspire. It arrives to provoke movement, to unlock perception, to dissolve noise. It is not comfortable, but it is liberating. When you accept it, it's as if invisible layers begin to fall away inside you, and intense clarity takes the place of confusion. The promise is simple, yet powerful. If you stay here, if you go all the way through this content, you will not leave the same. Not because you will have memorized new ideas, but because you will have tuned into a vibration that activates forgotten parts of your consciousness. This activation does not happen to everyone. It only responds to those the field recognizes as chosen. And when it does, nothing remains the same. Hermes Trismegistus, the syncretic figure of Thoth, used to say that every true change begins when the inner aligns with the higher. This is not just a spiritual metaphor, it is a code, and if you listen until the end, you will discover how it works and why it is revealing itself now through you. Long before structured religions or academic systems, there were those who looked to the skies in order to understand themselves. In the black land of the Nile, where time and eternity would cross paths, a figure emerged wrapped in silence and codes. He did not rule kingdoms, but he governed realities. Known as Jehuti by the Egyptians, and later as Thoth by the Greeks. This being was depicted with the head of an ibis, a symbol of precision, attention, and language. But he was not a god in the usual sense. Thoth was the mediator between dimensions, the bridge between what is felt and what has not yet been understood. According to the texts of the Corpus Hermeticum, attributed to the fusion of Thoth with Hermes, the entire universe is mental. The reality we touch is nothing more than a projection of internal states, and whoever masters their own vibrational field also masters how the world responds to them. It was he who, according to tradition, inscribed the eternal principles onto the emerald tablets. Within them lies the famous axiom, "As above, so below." But this phrase is not just a mystical ornament. It is a map, a reminder that reality is not linear. It is mirrored. What you carry within shapes what manifests around you. Another central teaching of Thoth is the law of rhythm. Everything vibrates, everything moves, everything flows in cycles. Wisdom is not about stopping the motion. It's about learning to dance with it. Those who understand rhythm do not get lost in the highs and lows. They learn to ride the cycle. And at this very moment, according to ancient wisdom, you are standing at a turning point. The presence of Thoth in your reality indicates that a new cycle wants to be born through you. And every manifestation begins when this code is recognized and aligned with your field. Not everything that is invisible is abstract. Not everything that is subtle is an illusion. Science, in cautious steps, has begun to confirm what the ancients already experienced with vibrational precision. A quantum experiment observed the unthinkable. Particles reorganize themselves according to the attention they receive. The simple act of observing changes the outcome. This is not magic, it is the observer effect. You are not just a spectator of reality. You are an active part of the script. This phenomenon not only confirms the Hermetic principle that the universe is mental, it reveals that everything, absolutely everything, responds to the frequency of the one observing. Matter is not solid. Matter listens, and it responds to the tone of your consciousness. In biology, another paradigm shift. Epigenetics shows that emotions, thoughts, and inner environments modulate the expression of your genes. What vibrates within you, beliefs, traumas, intentions, is silently shaping your body and your life experience. This means that hidden codes within you can either be awakened or silenced, depending on the frequency you maintain. And more, the brain, through neuroplasticity, rewires its own connections based on the mental states you cultivate. The ancient promise of transmutation, of raising the dense into the subtle, of turning fear into clarity, is no longer just a metaphor. Today, it is applied neurology, measurable physics, and living biology. The field only delivers new possibilities to those who update their transmitter. And if Thoth has moved toward you, it's because your field sent out a signal that crossed the veil. Now, the universe is no longer just watching you. It is waiting for your response. Nothing transforms through theory. The energy of Thoth is not meant to be understood. It is meant to be embodied. When it moves toward you, noticing it is not enough. You must respond, and that response is not verbal. It is vibrational. It begins with an internal shift, moving out of survival mode and into a state of conscious presence. The first step is to silence the noise. This does not mean meditating for hours or escaping from the world. It means recognizing that your frequency is being sabotaged by invisible distractions. Too much stimulation, recycled thoughts, emotional loops. You need to cleanse your field. How? Choose a period of 24 hours to practice vibrational fasting. Avoid dense information, processed foods, and constant noise. This is a signal to the field that you are making space. The second step is to declare your intention with precision. Energy does not respond to vague desire. It responds to alignment between mind, emotion, and direction. Choose one single intention, just one. Something that represents not only what you want to have, but who you want to become. Write it down on paper, in your own handwriting. Read it softly 3 times in a row, while breathing in a steady rhythm. This creates an anchor between your vibrational field and the code you wish to manifest. These two movements, silencing and declaring, are not just preparations. They are the first activation. They show the field that you are not waiting for miracles. You are ready to take part in creation. Now that the field has been cleared and the intention declared, the next step is to open the channel of invisible listening. Yes, there is a center within you that picks up non-linear frequencies, codes that don't come in words, but in sensations, visions, and symbols. This center is the point of direct connection with the archetype of Thoth, the space where wisdom is not learned but remembered. To activate this channel, use oracular writing. Take a piece of paper and a pen. Sit in silence for 2 minutes with your eyes closed. Breathe as if you are tuning into a radio station beyond time. Then, write whatever comes, without judgment, without analyzing, without editing. Let the field speak through your hand. At first, it may seem meaningless, but with practice, you will notice patterns, words that are not yours, ideas that didn't come from the mind. That is Thoth, transmitting not as a mythological character, but as a consciousness that operates through vibrational symbols. After that, practice the ritual of response. Using the sentence you wrote in the previous step, your intention, create a physical anchoring gesture. It can be placing your hand over the center of your chest, lighting a candle, or touching a specific point on your body. The gesture must always be the same. It will act as a seal. Each time it is repeated, the field will recognize the command and reactivate the vibrational state of connection. These simple practices, writing without thinking, sealing with the body, transform your inner home into a vibrational temple. You are not just attracting the energy of Thoth, you are beginning to resonate with it. You are not called to repeat empty rituals. You are called to remember who you are. Every practice up to this point has a single purpose: to reactivate your original code. That code is not found in books, nor is it hidden in distant temples. It is engraved in your field, dormant, waiting for the right moment to awaken. That moment has arrived, and the third movement is to sustain the frequency. The calling of Thoth is not a one-time event. It is a continuous reconfiguration. You must keep the vibration alive through small actions. And the secret lies in what you feed, repeat, and feel. Choose a power object, something simple, a stone, a necklace, an image. Charge this object with the vibrational intention you activated in the previous rituals. Carry it with you, touch it every day. It will become a psychoenergetic anchor, a physical reminder of what is being shaped in the unseen. Now, to solidify this vibrational architecture, add the reverberation cycle for the next 7 days before going to sleep. Write a single sentence that sums up how you felt that day in relation to your new vibrational identity. It does not matter if it was uplifting or chaotic. What matters is that you are in tune with the process, conscious, present, awake. If you have made it this far, it is not by chance. You are not just a viewer of a video. You are part of the message. You are the field responding to itself. Thoth has recognized you. Now, you must recognize yourself. Noah had always felt like something was out of place. He did what was expected, said what was accepted, smiled automatically, but inside there was a silence that never went away. It wasn't sadness, it was absence, a constant feeling that something was missing, but he didn't know what. For weeks, he had strange dreams filled with symbols he couldn't understand. He would wake up in the middle of the night with his heart racing, as if someone had spoken to him, though no voice had been heard. One of those nights, still heavy with sleep, He grabbed his phone, opened YouTube, and this video appeared. No clicks, no search, no intention. It just showed up. Noah felt a chill. It was as if that title recognized him, as if those words had been waiting just for him. From the very first sentence of the video, his eyes filled with tears. Not because of what was said, but because of the frequency. He was no longer just listening, he was being read. In the days that followed, he repeated the suggested practices. He wrote, sealed, touched the power object he had instinctively chosen, and somewhere in the process, something changed. It wasn't visible, it wasn't immediate, but it was irreversible. He started noticing patterns in the people he met, in the words he heard, even in the numbers on the clock. But the most powerful shift was the internal one, a quiet steadiness, a clarity without effort. It felt like he had returned to a place he had never visited, but always missed. Noah realized that Thoth doesn't show up with ready-made answers. He activates the right questions. And in that new state, Noah stopped looking for miracles and started becoming one. When transformation begins, the most common obstacle is not external, it is internal. It's the old noise that whispers, "This is just your imagination. You're fooling yourself. Nothing is really going to change." Doubt doesn't show up as an enemy. It disguises itself as logic, as caution, as prudence. But doubt doesn't protect. It paralyzes. This is the silent test. Thoth does not impose. He reveals, and when he reveals, the old mind tries to discredit what the heart has already recognized. This is the most delicate point in the process, the moment when you begin to access a new vibration. But the old programming tries to take back control. The way through, conscious simplicity. Don't try to convince your mind, it has been trained to resist the invisible. Instead, shift the body, and the body will shift the field. Each time doubt arises, return to the sealing gesture you created during the ritual. Touch the center of your chest, take 3 deep breaths, and say to yourself, "The field recognized me. I move forward." This phrase is more than a mantra. It is a code, a reminder that you are not trying to believe. You are holding steady in a truth that has already been activated. And the more often you move through that moment of hesitation with clarity, the stronger the communication becomes. Thoth only approaches those who persist. And you wouldn't be here if you weren't one of them. You didn't get here by chance. It wasn't distraction or coincidence. You were brought here, recognized, called. There is a vibrational signature that only the chosen carry, and today it responded to the calling of Thoth. In this video, you didn't just hear words, you crossed invisible portals, you dissolved old codes, you ignited forgotten frequencies, and maybe, without realizing it, something has already begun to reorganize within you. You've learned that the field responds to your vibration, that the invisible builds the visible. You've learned that it's not about memorizing laws, but embodying frequencies, that wisdom is not accumulated information, it is refined presence. Thoth didn't appear to make you special. He appeared because you already are. The difference now is you remember. And with that remembrance come new choices. The way you move, the way you communicate, the way you position yourself in the world. Everything begins to vibrate on a new level. You become a portal. You become a living code. Those who come near you will feel something different, even if they cannot explain it. This is the true effect of the energy of Thoth. It doesn't change what you think. It activates who you are. As Plotinus, the Neoplatonist philosopher, once said, "Do not look outside yourself. Return to yourself. Truth dwells in the inner man." You do not need to prove anything to the world. You only need to hold the frequency of one who knows they were touched by the invisible. Today, you didn't just watch a video. You were consecrated. You were remembered. And nothing can undo what was activated here. You were one of them, and the world will feel it when this vibration begins to move. If you felt that this calling was real, don't ignore it. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This is your way of sealing the recognition with the field and allowing this frequency to keep expanding. Write in the comments the mantra phrase, "I recognize the frequency, Thoth called me. I accepted." This phrase is not just symbolic, it vibrates as a confirmation code. Share this video with someone you feel is ready to remember. Often, awakening begins with a simple gesture. Click on the screen and continue your journey by watching another transformational video from the Transcend channel. Because when Thoth activates the calling, the next step is already in motion.